Everybody, and welcome to Mercury 80. Welcome to Papillon. It is perfectly still. It looks like it's about to thunder. There is every bitey thing that ever existed is around and feasting on me. So I will probably put my jacket on in a minute. It's too warm to wear one, but I don't want to have lots of little bitey things on me. I wanted to bring you to this. It's just a strange contraption. So you've got this stick here, slim, goes right across. See? It comes down to the ground. Then in front of that, we have this. So we've got a diagonal like this. It has a break. Then it goes up, meets with that stick, that limb, and crosses that one. So it's quite an interesting thing. Now these gullies beside it, you maybe can't see there's a depression in the ground. They are purely for Forestry Commission, for when they planted the trees. These were like irrigation gullies. So there's one there. And this is something to do with water. It's something. Now I'm understanding that we can channel energy from water. From and to water. That's what I understand. So while I'm here, I'll take you on a little wander here. Can you hear the bird song? You see, we've got quite a big break here. There is something, and I don't know what, there is something in stripping bark off trees. Because you may have noticed at this kind of level, I would say it might be deer. But there are some trees, periodically, odd trees, that have no bark on them. And I once, up at Moonmoth, in the old area of Moonmoth, I once was standing and was aware, I felt like a tree that was completely naked of bark, that this tree had almost flashed like a light. I mean, can that be possible? I don't know. but it certainly was. And when I asked, the answer I was given was it was like a beacon. It can be used like a beacon. So my thought is that was deliberately activated so I'd spot it. So here we have another break there, just a low one, and it's heading up to that tree there. Right in front of it we've got a tree again, almost all the way up it. It's bereft of bark in places. So I'm wondering if this is connected in any way to these glyphs. Do the glyphs affect the growth of bark on a tree? So what I'm hearing is it helps direct or promote the energy that is want to be projected by that glyph. It helps promote that or project it. That may be perfectly natural. It's a very interesting shape, don't you think? And then we've got another little break there, but right beside it we've got another tree that's also losing some of its bark. So I don't know whether that's the case for every tree and every glyph. Right, I can hear them saying it's the type. It's the type of glyph. The type of glyph. What it is, whether it is promoting or producing. Sorry, that yellow thing up there you can see is my jacket. It's not something hiding. It's just my jacket. So I've just asked Daceagaia if there was anything up here that would be of use to see. This is something I would describe as a pointless stick, because it's not attached, stuck in the ground. But right beside it, yet again, a tree with a lack of bark on there, all the way up it. It could just be that bark is splitting. I don't know. Do you think at any point that that is natural? They look like fresh breaks. So how did they manage to get there, and where are the ends of them? Because there's the two. They are still in the ground. They're broken at ground level, crossed over. There's the bare end. Now, so I'm thinking we have, oh, here's the ends of them. Here are the ends. Wow. Wow. So that's where the trees have snapped, and yet that, exactly the same width. I'm trying not to fall down the gully. And this is the other half of it. So one is a downward vertical Y, and I frequently see them like that, and I wonder if they're meant to be like that. And this is just a horizontal stick. It does have a Y at the end, and it also has that protection at the end. You're joking. I just heard the little chuckle, buy one get one free. Oh dear. So within the stone's throw of that, I've literally just turned round. I've got this little collection. So I'll hold this branch out the way. Two parallels there, both on the right. Up branch as we go. You can see them both, and then we get this sort of bending affair here. I'm not exactly sure of the significance of all of this. So as hard as it is for me to get through there, I just turned the camera off while I clambered through. They physically would not fit in there, so what they are doing here is creating this energy ring. I need to be careful where I'm stepping. Leaners, these two are leaners. Stuff going on behind there. See if I can get behind there. So if I can show you what's on the ground. There's that. They're only a little bit wider diameter than your finger. They're not massive limbs. Then this carefully placed structure, we've seen something similar to that. But what I'm looking at behind is this. See these two limbs? So they come from the ground, one on the left and the thick one on the right. They gradually get closer and closer together till they meet up here. Now I saw 3 of those parallel to each other, side by side if you like. That would be a better description, side by side, over at Book of Edgar. And they signify, in Futhark, they signify the number 2. Right, so I've managed to work my way around the other side, and I'm busy saying to Daceagaia, I hope I haven't damaged anything here. I'm saying, forgive me. And he's saying in response, now who's the Bigfoot? Don't you love these guys? Don't you love their humour? Brilliant humour. So what I'm going to ask is that if they wish to show themselves in whichever shape or form they wish to on this video, if you remember, we took, I say we, I'm using it as a royal we, because I did all the carrying. You guys just sat at home and watched. With all the different cameras, what I proved was it wasn't in the fault of the camera. It wasn't something that was blurry about the camera. They were all really good spec cameras, probably apart from the phone, which would be of poorer quality. But I proved that irrespective of the quality of camera, they can manipulate using their energy, and it's all about the way energy responds. And I am certain that they do this for us like a gift, so we are able to see. So sometimes it just pays to look all around you. And this is what Daceagaia is saying, that there are many messages and glyphs left around, and we walk past them all the time. That's really interesting. Yet again, usual stuff. A stump, an old tree stump, and a cone put on top of it. So I've just heard that's thanks to Mother Nature. I had to show you this. This is just on the way to the gifting area, because it's almost a complete right angle. One going off there, one coming off here. It's like a complete 90-degree angle. And there's another one going off to the left. See what's around it. You can see all the stickery along there. But again, the naked tree. Not a stitch of bark on there. Completely bereft of bark. See, it holds up with what Daceagaia is saying about the improvement of energy. This leaner across here, totally bereft of bark. And it could be, don't get me wrong, it could be that animals eat it. But this is what he said to me before. So we've got that, and it attaches to this over here. More leaners directly above that, bereft of bark. Now let's come through this gap here, and you can see the one I'm meaning here. Oh, pointless sticks at the bottom, pointless limbs, pointless leaners. And saying pointless to you and to me. Look at that, bereft of bark. Then we've got this, it looks like this arrow shape again. We'll turn around. Oh, this is just bereft of bark. An upside down Y stick. I've not noticed that there before. I'm hearing it is recent. Has all the bark been stripped off these trees? I don't remember them being so clear of bark. It clarifies the signals. I will say, peeps, I am looking all the time for traces of footprint. See, the trouble is, this is pine straw. And it may just be that, like this, oh wow, wow. Stop myself in my tracks. There's your triangle. There's bits and bobs going on inside. Now we've seen that shot, that vertically. Now this is laid flat on the ground. More stripped of bark as I walk across here. And we've seen this just about every other place I've ever explored. See what I mean? Without bark. With bark. But that is not a leaning tree. Any of you who have any ideas, you can add to this. This is what Daceagaia's told me, that it's about being able to improve the quality of their signals. thought, energy, mind speak. It all needs this stuff to produce the energy. Okay, gifting area down here. So I've just asked Daceagaia, do these work like an amplifier? And he said more like a transmitter. So this is your radio station transmitting. So I guess this is where, when we are talking with them, they can get their energy from, send out signals to all of the family. Here again is something about water. Where there's an irrigation channel like this, they seem to put signals, as we're going to call them, all up and down it. Oh, there's another apple bag over there. See the red on the ground? You probably can't see it. I'll wander over here. That's our unusual shape. But this is repeated elsewhere. I've seen this different, from a different angle. There we are. The whole stick's coming with it. So next week we've got some of the questions that I've gathered over the past few weeks, months actually. I'm a little bit behind. This tree's come down. That shows you just how dangerous the forests can still be, because that was a clear walkway. I have used trees over there to hang stuff from. Then, wonder when that came down. And what's right below it? I'm not getting any closer than this. But that. Now I can see the tree where I have hung stuff before, because I can see empty apple bags up ahead. So we'll try and make our way right round the back of this thing. This area is so busy. It's what I describe as being busy. When I put these bags here, you can see the stone there of the mango. That this was not there. This Lena here was not there. Okay, so right beside that fallen tree, this is where I gifted a few weeks back. So we have here some cherries, and there's a peanut butter jar underneath it, and a lovely biggest mango. Some apples, there are 3 in there. Some more apples here, structure of some kind. Walnuts, pecans, incense, more incense, flapjack, yum yum yum, hazelnuts, and more of the peanut butter. So throughout June we had Sabiba, who is Fabasakwa's mother. We had her birthday. We had little Tababa. We had his birthday. That is Abak and Faba's youngest son, their youngest child. And then Gefeba, dear little Gefeba. It was her birthday. And last but not least, Daceagaia, who has been wonderfully helping us today. So, Daceagaia, that extra peanut butter is for you. The cherries, I know Amagaba loves cherries, so he always shares them out with his friends. But I'm thinking now that if I can establish 3 or 4 gifting areas over periods of time, we'll rotate them, and it gives them, whichever area the family are in, or a particular family are in, gives them an opportunity to be first upon them. Although I do have a feeling that no sooner will I be out of here than that stuff will all be wolfed down. Isn't it peaceful? So when we come back and check this out, we'll keep an eye on the trees round about to see if they're having the bark removed. Pointless leaners. They look pointless to us, but they have obviously got a great deal of purpose for the families. Well, it's a morning. It's about 11 o'clock. It's been forecast to rain heavily in between bright sunshine. It is very, very humid. I am expecting thunder, really. So I did say to the family, if ever they want to show themselves in the way they know best, please feel free to do so. Only they know how best to do that. Now I believe they were very, very busy with the summer solstice. Everything has to be reattuned and realigned. That's how I understand it. Reattuned and realigned. I asked. I have first started to converse with this family the last 2 years. Immediately I've said that, Daceagaia is saying, but we have known you all our lives. Our lives are my life. My life. They have known me all my life. So, you have a job, you have a specific purpose. What you're doing. Bringing our word. Bringing our thoughts. And our consciousness to the viewers, to open up the doors for them. Well, I hope I do it justice. It's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility, isn't it? And I must say I have been a little disengaged the last few weeks. Felt very disengaged. So hopefully I'll get back on track. It's just volume of work, isn't it, really? Got to try and dump the work. Forget about that. If only. So, from here at Papillon, I shall say goodbye. Thanks for watching. Have a great week and be kind to one another. Bye.